Hello guys! Today we are going to discuss Abaca, Buntal fiber, Pina, banana, and local textiles. The Philippines is well known for its abundance of organic materials coming from local species of plants, from processed fibers for crafts to woven textiles for the indigenous. The Philippines offers a diverse range of culture through its soils. Hello, I am Nicole Morales and I am your first reporter, which we will tackle about Abaca. So, Abaca is a species of banana and native to the Philippines. It is considered as the strongest natural fiber in the world by the Philippine Department of Science and Technology and the Philippine Fiber Industry Development Authority. It is extracted from leaf stems and is commonly made into twines and ropes, especially in marine expedition because it is resistant to salt water. It is also commonly used in hats, bags, and shawls. So here are the chemical components of Abaca in weight percentage. An estimated 400 varieties with 40 varieties in the Philippines have been identified for the existence of where only 20 have commercial value. The Bicol region is the most significant contributor to the total production of Abaca in the Philippines, with 13,000 farmers in Catanduanes labeled as the Abaca capital of the Philippines. So, the Abaca cultivation. Abaca is grown in well-drained, loamy soil, and farmers harvest Abaca before fruits start to grow because, fun fact, you can't eat the fruit of Abaca anyway. So the Abaca harvesting process involves first, tuxing, where the outer layer are removed. Next is the stripping, the extraction of Abaca fibers from the tuxi, and lastly, the sun drying. It is to reduce their moisture content to prevent molds and be ready to sold in the market. Here we see the history in the market of Abaca. The economic value of Abaca began in the year 1820, when an export was made to the United States from the Philippines. A century later, the Philippines dominated the worldwide production of Abaca. So this secures good livelihood for the Philippine Abaca industry, supporting 140,000 Abaca farmers and other related industries such as fiber crafters. And of course, albeit the good qualities of Abaca, we still need to account for the disadvantages of this fiber, to know the limits and maximize product quality. And Abaca has high durability and strength. It is saltwater resistant, that's why marine use it for ropes. Eco-friendly, since it is biodegradable, versatile, and skin-friendly, for it is also used in fashion. The disadvantages include it is prone to insects, molds, and fungi, low chemical resistance because it is an organic material, and it is difficult to find in other countries. Moving on, here are some case studies that mentions the use of Abaca in the field of product design. So, case study 1. It focuses on Filipino indigenous knowledge, including the weaving tradition of the Dipoli people of Mindanao. It taps on a sacred form of product design, and it is a woven textile made from the whitest Abaca. Next is case study 2. It focuses on the rising trend of fiber-reinforced polymer composites using Abaca fiber. And case study 3, it focuses on Abaca as a material for footwear, but the results did not meet the standards set by the Philippine Footwear Federation, but recommends to further study it. So here are some Abaca sellers in Cebu, which are mostly in the Colon Carbon area. So I'm passing the next topic to my fellow reporter Diana to discuss banana. See you later!
Hello everyone, I am Diana Radine Sumalinog, and now we will be moving on to banana. As we know, the banana is a long tapering tropical fruit with a soft pulpy flesh encased in a yellow rind. In the Philippines, it is one of our most important fruit crops as well as one of our largest agricultural products. Aside from the fruit, all parts of the banana plant can actually be used to create different materials. The banana fiber is one of the most useful products that can be created out of the banana plant. It is a lignocellulosic fiber obtained from the pseudostem of a banana plant. It is also a bast fiber with good mechanical properties. It is lightweight, has high strength, small elongation, high fire resistance, strong moisture absorption, and of course, biodegradability. Now, this banana fiber has three main chemical components. The cellulose is the primary component of plant cell walls that give fibers their strength and stiffness. The second is the hemicellulose. It is a type of polysaccharide that keeps cellulose fibers together. While lastly, we have lignin. It is a complex organic polymer that gives the fibers strength and rigidity. Here we have the process of extracting the banana fiber, starting with the banana trunk, which is usually thrown away or considered as waste. The second is processing the banana trunk through the motor-driven machine, which is now what we call the banana fiber. But for this particular process, it shows us how we can create banana fabric by spinning the banana fiber into yarn and then knitting this yarn into fabric. For our first case study, we have banana agro waste as an alternative to cotton fiber in textile applications. So this study describes how banana fiber may be used as an alternative to cotton in clothing applications. The study inferred that banana fiber has several advantages over cotton fiber and that it is a viable substitute to cotton fiber. It is also more affordable and sustainable. For our second study, we have banana fiber reinforced concrete, a review. So it shows a overview of the physical, chemical, and biological pre-treatments applied to banana fibers, their consequences, and of course the resulting fibrous concrete. So it demonstrated that adding banana fibers to concrete actually improves its tensile and technical properties. And lastly, we have the third study, which is the production of wrapping paper from banana fibers. This determined the suitability of using banana fiber for wrapping paper production with sugarcane, bagasse, and waste paper in different ratios. So for the banana fiber sellers that I found online, firstly, we have the 4Nexus General Trading. It is a manufacturer and exporter / importer of agricultural products based in San Remigio, Cebu. Now, for outside of Cebu, we have in Impasugong, Bukidnon, the AFWA, or the Atugan Farmers and Workers Association. They are a banana fiber and handicrafts producer, and below are their other details. Now, let's move on to the next reporter.
Hello, I am Agnezoe Amistad and I am going to discuss about the Buntal fiber. The fiber was first introduced in Baliwag, Quezon Province between 1907 and 1909 by Mariano de Venza through the Buntal hat. It is extracted from the buri plant or the Corypha utan, and its physical characteristics are a large fan-shaped leaves, a stout trunk, and an average height of 15 to 20 centimeters. The fiber's physical components are graded according to the texture, length, and cleaning. First is the special grade that consists of extra soft texture and a diameter of ½ millimeter or less. Next is the ordinary grade that consists of soft or hard texture and a diameter of 60 to 20 centimeters. Lastly, the residual grade that consists of straight or brittle texture and a diameter of more and less than 60 centimeters. The extraction process of the Buntal fiber is simply done by cutting the petiole, hand pulling, and retting or cleaning the fiber, whereas creating the textile out of the fiber is done by loom weaving, which will be discussed a little later. And there are three products of which the Buntal fiber can be made out of. First is the Buntal hats with the weaving practice, and it has become the center of the Buntal Festival in Baliwag. Next is the pamaypay, which are made out of dried fronds of the buri plant as the most accessible material and are commonly sold outside in churches or in large public areas. And lastly, the bayong basket, the bonbon, or the bayones are formed into a wide holder or tampipi box. The fiber can also be weaved into a sack to store sugar and rice. A source to look for Buntal fiber in Cebu can be through the Cebu Interlace Weavers Corp, located in Mandaue City. Moving on to Kenai to talk about the Pina.
Hi, I'm Ganesha Maneha, and I'm here to discuss about Pina fiber. Pina fiber comes from the leaves of a pineapple, which is a herbaceous, biennial, and tropical plant. The Philippines is also one of the main exporters of the preserved pineapple products. Pina fiber is very soft and is white in color. And after extracting it, the color changes into a slightly dull yellowish color. It also has good luster properties, meaning it reflects light very well. The fabric made from the fiber is also lightweight but stiff. Here is the process for extracting piña fiber. First, you harvest the pineapple leaves, then scratch it with a blade. This step is kind of like peeling off a layer of the leaves. After doing that, you are left with these string-like things, which is the fiber. After extracting the fiber, you wash and dry it and end with this result on the right side. Here we have examples of piña fabric. The one on the left is a pure piña fabric, which means everything was made using piña fiber. It is also 100% hand woven, meaning this fabric was 100% made by hand. In the right picture, we have a piña seda plain fabric. This fabric isn't completely made with piña fiber. Part of it is 30% silk yarn. This fabric is also hand woven. These fabrics will all come from a shop called Raquel's Pina Cloth Products, which will be mentioned again later. Now we move on to our case studies relating to piña fiber. For our first case study, we have production of paper using biopulping of pineapple leaf fibers or pulp, followed by chemical and Celanese enzymic processing. In the conclusion of the study, it was found that biopulping pulp using traumatase versicolor and processing it with enzymic treatments using the Celanese enzymes from Thermomyces lanuginosus produces changes in pulp and results in a whiter and heavier paper. The second case study is called The Prospects of Utilizing Bio-Waste Pineapple Leaf Fiber for Textile Products. This study was conducted to utilize pineapple leaf waste found in northeast India in making viable textile products. In this study, a comparison between pulp and silk use in weaving of northeast traditional textiles were conducted. The picture on this slide is an example of a textile product made from pineapple leaf fiber. Now we move on to the last case study, which is pineapple leaf fiber and pineapple peduncle fiber analyzing and characterization for yarn production. This study explains how biofibers are cheaper than synthetic fibers and causes less problems and environmental problems. So for the fiber sellers I've found online, we have Raquel's Pina Cloth Products. They not only sell piña fabric as I've shown earlier, but they also sell garments like Modern Filipiniana and Barong Tagalog. They are located in Fulgencio Norte, Balite, 5614, Aklan, Philippines. Other details about them are also shown in this slide. Next, we will be talking about the local textiles started by Diana. Now let's move on to local textiles, starting with the hablon. So the hablon is an Iloilo-made handloom textile that is traditionally woven from natural fibers like cotton, piña, and juicy. It is renowned for its color schemes, craftsmanship, and excellent quality. The name hablon comes from the Hiligaynon word habol, which means to weave, and it refers to both the process and the end product. Now let's move on to the process, starting with the planning. Here, the threads and the colors are arranged as desired. Next, we have the warping or sabong. Here, the threads will be set on a warping tool, and then these threads will be grouped and rolled along bamboo pegs of the warping frame. Next, we have the beaming or likis, where the threads from the warp will be rolled along the weaver's beam. Fourth, we have the heading or sulod sa binting. Here, each thread of the war passes through the openings of the heddle. Fifth, we have the reading or sulod sa salod. After heading, each thread will be inserted on each opening of the metal reed using a bamboo hook. Next, the tie-in or higos sa baston, where the ends of the threads will be tied into the cloth roll. Then, spooling or pangalinyas, where the weft thread needed for the shuttle will be spooled using the traditional spooling wheel. And lastly, of course, the weaving or the habol, where the weaver steps on the bamboo pedal to raise or lower the heddle. For the case study, here we have the evolution of hablon designs, where they examined different hablon designs throughout history, their main features and factors that influenced their lifespans. That is it for hablon. Now let's move on to the next reporter.
Talk about the Visayan patalyong. The patalyong is a textile woven most prominently in the provinces of Antique and Iloilo, which are both located in the island of Panay. Its name is derived from the Visayan words pa and tadlong, literally meaning to be left straight. Weaving a patadyong cloth involves interlacing different colors of thread, locally called bunang, through a wooden loom known as tiral. It is an incredibly versatile piece of garment. It can serve as an umbrella to protect one from the heat of the sun and the onslaught of the rain. It is also absorbent and most convenient for wiping hands, head, and face, especially when one is working. It can also function as a one-piece bathing suit, and for the mothers, it can be used as a sling to carry the baby while walking or moving around. Those aren't the only ways you can use a patadyong, but I'll be here all day if I discuss further, so I will pass you to the next reporter.
So raffia textiles have brought a sense of cultural identity to Bohol through loom weaving. The textiles are also called the saguran and are made by the practice of the pagtangkis or the stripping of the fiber from the buri plant. The fibers used to make raffia are a little tougher and can vary from 36 to 42 inches wide. The textiles have helped Bohol develop their culture and became essential for survival, culture, and craft. An example of how raffia is used in weather clothing that is light and breathable. Other than that, raffia textiles are also used for baskets, bags, and hats. And here are the point persons to source for the textiles. Now let's move on to the last local fabric for this discussion, the sinamay.
Hello, I'm back again to discuss the local textile sinamay. Samay is a Visayan term meaning to weave. Sinamay is a textile woven from the processed stalks of Abaca's finest fibers. Since it comes from Abaca, it is versatile, strong, and dyeable, which makes designing hats limitless. Here are various grades in which sinamay is sold. Here we have the A grade, which is called pinokpok, because that term means to pound, and it is the process to get the finest, smoothest sinamay surface. Next, B grade is also fine sinamay, ideal for blocking, which is a term in hat making to mold the fabric into shape. Lastly, C grade is more loose woven sinamay. It is best for frayed works. Moving forward, we also have sinamay weaves, namely window pane, scrunch, and the lyrics woven sinamay. So the case study discusses about how hat making can enhance the pride of women in Ghana. It explores various materials, which included sinamay, and it shows the importance of millinery or the hat making industry and dressing accessories to society. And here are sinamay sellers, which are also mostly from Carbon and Cologne area and on Facebook. Before ending this report, we will be having a short quiz with 10 items multiple choice. We'll see if we were able to remember the topics, and let's go get it! Did you get all the answers right? If yes, congratulations! This ends the report, and we hope that you have learned new things about abaca, banana, buntal fiber, piña, and the Philippine local textiles. Thank you for watching!